Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here and welcome back to another Cardano video. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you never miss an update. What we do here is all about Cardano. So we've crossed 18,000 subscribers now, which is incredible. Thank you to everyone that keeps subscribing, that keeps liking, commenting and sharing the videos out there. It really does help the channel. And I love to see the feedback and what people want to see. So if there's ever any suggestions on what you want to see in these videos, just let me know. Once it's around Cardano, then I can put something together and get it out there for you guys. So today's video is going to look at the price. And I'm also going to share with you an article that I found that is some really good reasons to buy Cardano. So I'm not going to read down through it, but I'm going to briefly show it to you and leave the link down below. So if you're just looking at Cardano as a short-term play, I would encourage you to look at it and look at what is to come, because there really is a lot to come down the line. And I think we are only getting started. For those of you worried about the dump last night in the Cardano price, it was not Cardano specific. There's no crazy bad news on Cardano. It was across the board. Bitcoin dumped, it pulled everything else with it, but we're already seeing a very good recovery, and I'm going to show you my charts, my price targets for this week, and that's about it. On the stake pool, we finished another epoch. It was a very successful epoch for my own pool. We finished with just about 6% for returns. It was an above average return. Again, I talk about that you will have some epochs that are above average, some that are below, but in general, most pools will hit that 5 to 5.5% returns over the year. The current epoch that we're in, we've already hit a block in that, and it is set to be just over 6% in rewards, which is great to get on a run like this. The stake in the pool has been steadily rising. We are now at about 16.5 million. Thank you so much to everyone that delegates. Just to touch on one other thing as well is that Daedalus, when you go into that, I've had this comment from a lot of people that the potential rewards for my pool, it says 0. That is wrong. I don't know why the metric is saying that, because we've had blocks and rewards in the last 7 epochs, and this epoch we already have blocks, and we're already going to have rewards for definite for this epoch. So again, I've reached out to them to try and find out what that metric is based on, because I know, and people in the pool know, that we are getting rewards, and as soon as I get an answer on that, I will let you guys know. But anyone thinking of delegating, it is safe to do so. It really does help support the channel, and thank you to everyone that does. Now let's jump over to the screen. Okay, so for anyone who's interested in some of the reasons around buying ADA, so what we look at here is a lot of the price, and I'm going to get onto the charts next. But for anyone who is wondering, why would you actually buy Cardano, or what is behind a lot of these price movements? Altcoin Buzz has put together a very good article on 10 reasons to buy. I'm not going to read down through it here. I'll let you guys do it. I may do my own summary of this later on in the week, but there's some really good information here on different projects that are linked with Cardano, talking about why proof of stake, talking about the ADA token, and some of the stuff that is to come down the line. So this one is really worth checking out. So if you're just looking at Cardano for the short term, I would say reconsider, because there's a lot to come with this project. Personally, Cardano is going to be a very long-term hold for me. I do trade a small little bit, but again, that is a very small percentage of my Cardano portfolio I trade with, and the majority is locked away, staking, and it is there for the long term. So let's jump over to the charts. Okay, so quickly on the charts then, let's look at the ADAUSD price. So you can see here that the last time I done the video on Friday, we were over here somewhere. We were probably in around this stage. We were still well within the parabolic uptrend that I've been showing in my last few videos. As we went on over the weekend, we did fall out of it. You can see the first dip out of it was here. I tried to come back up into it, but went a bit sideways before last night having the big dip, which was across cryptocurrency. It was not specific to Cardano, so there's no big bad news out there about Cardano that made the price dip. This was across the market. Bitcoin dipped and pulled everything else with it. So the interesting thing to see on it though is that when we did get the dip, the 70-cent level that we talked about before looks to have held up as support. Now we did briefly wick down through it, and wick is what you see these thin lines coming out of the candles. So again, I wouldn't really be counting this, the part below. So it's good to see that we did not go down below that. You'll remember, if you have seen some of my previous videos, that 70 cent was a resistance level that we struggled to go above here, and then all along here before breaking upwards. And again, we hadn't come down to test it previously. in trading, when you break a certain level, either resistance, which is the levels you struggle to go above, or support, the levels you struggle to go below, the support holds it up. When you go across one of them, there is a good chance that it can be flipped to the opposite. So in this case, this was resistance here, but now if we test it again, it will become a support level that the market struggles to go down below. Right now, we are in a series of lower highs. So you can see from the high of 98 cents here, we had a lower high here, 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 and right now we are basically in line with the last lower high. We're fighting to break out of this cycle. By the time this video is out there, then we probably will have broke out of it. The short term, and just one thing to say as well, that on buying into Cardano, so again, I always say a DCA strategy is a good one to have. And these wicks here that you see here and all the way back here, these are great examples of why a strategy like that is good. Basically, DCA, you put, if you want to buy Cardano, let's say up here on the tip, you want to buy. So you put in 50% of what you want to buy with up here, and then you set lower buy orders further down in the market. So that what happens is that when we get these types of drops, then the lower orders all execute and it pulls down your average entry price. So you're not left with an entry price up here, you will be left with an entry price somewhere over here. So again, if the market drops, it is a less risky strategy to use. So again, in the short term, what we want to see is trying to break above this downtrend that's here. So hopefully when I do my next video, you will see that I will have removed this line because it won't be in effect anymore. Once we get above this, going for the 93.5 cent level is what we would look for next. And if this type of movement can happen in the next day or two, then the $1 is still on the cards for this week, I would say, with everything that's out there. The leaks that are out there already, I'm going to do a video talking about some of the bird talk that's out there, but the Africa deals have basically been leaked out. Nothing has been made 100% official because the governments haven't signed off on it just yet, but that is expected to come very, very soon. When it does, I would expect a big push to the upside. So again, there's a lot of fundamentals behind all of the price action that's here. And over my next videos, I will get more into the fundamental side of things as well. So there's other talk then on the Twitter, decentralized Twitter that Cardano are building with a blue sky is a name that's out there. I'm going to cover all of these in another video, but if people want to jump ahead, Blue Sky was mentioned as a project that Twitter are building a decentralized platform for. There's links with Cardano. There's a few breadcrumbs out there. I need to dig into it more and see what is substantial and what is real, but again, I'll have that later in the week. So again, on the price, that's where we're going. Them types of things that are out there, if any of them get announced, they will really help push us to the upside. If we have another retracement here of this line, I would look to see the 80 cent line holding as our support on the low side. The reason for that is when we dipped here, 80 cent was support, 80.81, and then the same here, this was support. This here was not related to specifically Cardano, so I'm not considering this one here in the break. But that's where I'm at on the upper side and lower side. Hopefully I'll be able to do a live stream later in the week to celebrate going over $1. But as always, we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. On the ADABTC chart, what we're looking at here is we didn't hold the 2000 sats level. This is a 4-hour chart. It's more of a bigger picture. So again, I wouldn't consider 2000 as a strong level just yet. It's still a bit of a resistance level. What we need to do is re-establish above this, up, come back down and test it, and then try and move to the upside from there. On the lower side, you can see 1600 sats. The wick went down through it, but in general, it hasn't been broken there. All the way back down here, this is, I suppose, our outer upward trend. If we look at here, starting down below my 982 sats level, for anyone who's been here a while, will recognize that level. It's down here, tested here, and this is where we're moving along. Even the dip last night didn't come down to it. I used to have another one here that was more a parabolic movement that was going from here to here, but this breakout here over the weekend has taken that one out of play. So I would say that we are looking at the more slower uptrend line all the way out here. In general, holding 1600 is on our lower side, but making that push for the 2000 sats and getting above it and holding is the target for ADABTC. As we are in a very good news period for Cardano, I would be very much bullish on the side of moving up rather than hitting the lower targets. On ADAUSD, if we start to have some pullbacks down here, I will personally be looking at getting into some long trades down here, because I think before the week is up, we will be a lot higher than we are now. Obviously, not financial advice, just my own opinions. Okay, thanks for watching. I do hope you guys got some value from it. So I will post a link to the article I mentioned down below. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. I have a few different videos planned for this week. Not all on price, some around other aspects of Cardano. So I'm looking forward to digging in, getting the research done and getting the videos out. If you got value from this, please do give it a like, give it a comment as well. Share the video out there if you think it can help others. And if you want to delegate to my pool, it's under the ticker Paul. Thanks for watching, guys. I will talk to you soon.